are gentlemen of Japan.
Play trombone or jazz guitar.
Come on, join in our own big band.
Our music is so adept. We're swinging with every step. We're always so cool and hip.
Swing the dial.
If you think we all work by strings, like a Japanese marionette,
You don't understand these things. It is simply called any game. We're living our life in song. We keep it up all day long. We want you to sing along. We want you to sing along. If you want to know who we are, we are gentlemen of Japan. Yeah! Ba-da! 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 We are gentlemen of Japan. Yeah!
Hey, fellas, do you know where I can find a girl named Yum Yum? She's the ward of a tailor named Coco.
Why? Who are you?
Yeah.
Who wants to know?
Who am I? Well, I'll tell you. Wandering minstrel I, a thing of shreds and patches, of ballads, songs, and snatches, and dreamy lullabies. My catalog is long through every passion ranging, and to your humors changing, I tune my supple song.
Each tunes his song.
I tune my supple song. If you tried love and always failed, I'll sigh with you. Oh, listen to me, baby, oh, baby. Does your heart ring out a lonely wail? I'll do so too. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. But if patriotic sentiment is wanted, have patriotic ballads cut and dried, for where'er our nation's banner may be planted, all other local banners are goodbye. Our warriors in marching ranks assembled never quail or they conceal it if they do, and I should not be surprised if nations tremble before the mighty troops of
We should not be surprised if nations tremble with surprise, my troops of Titty-Poo. A wandering minstrel, I, a thing of shreds and patches, of ballad songs and snatches, and dreamy lullabies. My catalog is long in every passion ranging, and to your humors changing. I tune my supple song. I tune my song.
Yo, Rob, hold my brass, brother.
So, what's your business with Yum Yum?
Yeah, fill us in, man.
A month ago, I was a member of the Titty Poo Big Band.
Not playing the trumpet, I hope.
No, I carried around the cap for contribution. When I saw Yum Yum, it was love at first sight, but hopeless, for she was engaged to her older guardian, Coco. A month ago, I heard he was condemned to death for flirting, so I rushed back to marry my Yum Yum.
Well, Coco was condemned, but at the last minute we saved him.
And appointed him Lord High Executioner of Titty Poo.
You see, when our great Mikado made flirting punishable by death, we all knew we were in trouble. So the night before Coco was to be executed for flirting, we freed him and made him the Lord High Executioner.
Yes, why would you do that?
Oh, man. Now, if any of us get caught flirting, Coco can't execute us without beheading himself first.
But Lord High Executioner is the highest rank in Titty Poo.
It is. Our Mikado sees no difference between the judge who condemns a gangster to die and the executioner who lops off his head. So now every judge is his own executioner.
Thanks. And you are?
I am Pooba, the coolest cat in all Titty Poo. When all the heads of state resigned at once because they refused to work under the uncool Coco, I was the only one cool enough to take over all their jobs.
He took over all their salaries, too.
So Coco is Lord High Executioner?
He is.
And you are?
Lord High, everything else.
You know, it's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
I also sell state secrets at a very low figure. Now, if you want more info about Yum Yum, that would come under the heading of State Secret.
Will this do?
For now. And now let me see about Yum Yum. Now listen, kid, the news ain't great, for in the end you come too late. Today's the date we celebrate the wedding of our executioner. This very day from school, Yum Yum will wend her way and homeward come, with the beat of drums and a rum-tum-tum to the Lord High Executioner. And the drums will crash and the trumpets break, and they'll cut a dash on their wedding day.
Wedding day?
She'll toddle away as all ever with the Lord High Executioner.
And the drums will crash and the trumpets break, and they'll cut a dash on their wedding day. She'll toddle away as all over
with the Lord High Executioner. Now they're packed extremely soon.
Yes, sir!
In point of fact, this afternoon.
This afternoon?
Her honeymoon with that buffoon starts after she's a processioner.
You mean to tell me Yum Yum's getting
And
married?
the drums will crash and the trumpets break, and they'll cut a dash on their wedding day. She'll toddle away as all over
with the Lord High Executioner.
Wait, do you mean to tell me that...
And the drums will
be crashing away. Trumpets will begin to play. Bandits begin to play. They are getting married today. Breathe out.
With the Lord High.
The Lord High.
Execution.
Quiet! Do you mean to tell me I've been on the road for a month just to learn that Yum Yum, the girl I love, is getting married to Coco?
I'm afraid so.
Bummer.
Sorry.
Hey guys, he's coming.
Now Coco will be here in just a minute, so he'll fill you in himself.
I've got to find Yum Yum and talk to her first.
All right, suit yourself.
Behold the Lord High Executioner, a personage of noble rank and title, a dignified dignified and potent officer, whose functions are particularly vital.
To the Lord High Executioner. Taken from the county jail by a set of curious chances, liberated then on bail, on my own recognizances, lifted up so all regale, given weekly allowances to a height that few can scale, save by long and weary dances, surely never had on bail under such like circumstances, so adventurous a tale which might rank with the best romances, taken from the county jail, liberated then on bail, never had a man so adventurous a tale.
To the Lord High Executioner.
To the noble Lord,
The High Executioner, bow down to the Lord High Executioner. The High
oh, citizens, thank you for that touching reception. But I think that if I should ever be called upon to act in a professional manner, there will be no difficulty finding those citizens whose loss would in fact be a distinct gain for society at large.
I'm fine.
If someday it should happen that a victim must be found, I've got a little list of society offenders who might well be underground, who never would be missed. They never would be missed. There's the devotees of movie stars who write for autographs, all people who have flabby hands and irritating laughs. Name, please. All children who play instruments but always play them flat. I hate that. All people who, when shaking hands, shake hands with you like that. Gee, but I mean hurts, doesn't it? It's terrible. They grab on, they hold on, they squeeze, they won't let go. It's unforgivable. Someday I'd like to introduce their faces to my fist, but they'll none of them be missed. They'll none of them be missed.
He's got 'em on the list. He's got 'em on the list, and they'll none of them be missed. They'll none of them be missed.
There's the ragtime serenader, and the honky-tonkies too, the piano organist. Ooh, I've got 'em on the list. There's the people who smoke cigarettes and puff them right at you. They never would be missed. They never would be missed. The woman on the party line who's always on the phone. The ladies' man who smells like he's been bathing in cologne. The Bobby Sox fanatics who, when Frank Sinatra's heard, will faint and shriek and gurgle so you cannot hear a word. And that singular absurdity, the swing time pianist! I don't think he'll be missed. I got him on the list.
He's got 'em on the list.
Okay.
He's got 'em on the list, and I don't think he'll be missed. I'm sure he'll not be missed.
There's the liberal accessory Clarissa, Franklin Delano, and wife. That avid New Deal list, I got her on the list. All funny fellows, comic men, and clowns of private life. They never would be missed. They never would be missed. Americans, when traveling, who are such adventurous folk, they only order hamburgers and wash them down with Coke. Pardonnez-moi. I have more empty spaces left, but what is one to do? The task of filling up the list I'd rather leave to you. But it really doesn't matter when you put upon the list, for they'll none of them be missed, they'll none of them be missed.
You may put them on the list, you may put them on the list, and they'll none of them be missed, they'll none of them be missed. Little list!
Now take this list and put it in a safe place.
We'll take the little list, we'll hide the little list, and it never will be missed, it never will be missed.
Pooh-Bah, it seems the festivities in connection with my marriage must last a week. I really want to put on the dog, so tell me what I should spend.
Oh, well, who are you speaking to? First Lord of the Treasury? Lord Chamberlain? Attorney General? Chancellor of the Exchequer? Or Private Secretary?
Suppose we say private secretary.
Well, speaking as your private secretary, I should say, since the city's gonna be picking up the tab, don't stint yourself. Do it well.
Exactly, that is your advice.
But you understand that as First Lord of the Treasury, I'm bound to see that due economy is observed.
But you just said now don't stint yourself.
As Private Secretary.
And then you said that due economy must be observed?
As First Lord of the Treasury.
Well then come over here where the First Lord can't hear us. Now as my lawyer, how would you advise me?
As your lawyer, I would say, so long as you don't implicate me, chance it.
Oh, thank you, I will.
Were it not for the fact that as Lord Chief Justice, I am bound to see that no law is violated.
Well, then come over here where the Chief Justice can't hear us. Now, as Chancellor of the Exchequer?
Yes, as Chancellor of the Exchequer, I could propose a special vote that would balance all accounts. But then, as leader of the opposition, it would be my duty to fight it tooth and nail. As Paymaster General, I could fix the accounts, so that as Lord High Auditor, I might never discover the fraud. But then, as Archbishop of Tiddipoo, it would be my responsibility to denounce my own dishonesty and hand myself over into my own custody as Chief of Police. Click, click.
That's extremely awkward.
You're telling me. But I don't want you to think that all of these distinguished people could not be satisfied by the insult of a very considerable bribe.
Yes, well, I'll keep that in mind.
Yes, of course.
Hello, 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 hello.
Pooh-Bah, my fiancé and her sisters are here. If you could toss a little compliment my way, or perhaps an abject grovel in characteristic Japanese attitude, that would be much appreciated on my part.
No money, no problem.
Everything's so
idea.
Well, it seems odd, doesn't it?
Honey, it is odd. I wouldn't do it.
Well, I expect it's all right. After all, you've got to start somewhere. Well, I know nothing of these things. But I won't object if it's the usual.
Well, it's quite usual, I think, Lord Chamberlain. I have seen it done.
I'm so glad that's over.
Will you introduce me?
Oh,
Girls, please, one at a time. Yes, Yo-Yo.
He's a gentleman who used to play it so beautifully in the second trumpet.
Sir, I have the great misfortune to love your ward. I know you're angry.
Angry? Why, not a bit, my dear boy. I love her myself. A beautiful thing, isn't she? Pretty eyes, wonderful hair. Oh, it's so good to hear my opinion backed up by such a fine judge of brides to be. Thank you. Goodbye. Girls. Hoorah.
Yum. At last we're alone. I came back because I heard Coco was beheaded, but I find you're to marry him this afternoon?
Yes.
But you do not love him?
No.
Then why don't you turn him down?
What good would that do? He's my guardian, and besides, he's not gonna let me marry you. A wandering minstrel who plays brass instruments outside of tea houses is hardly an acceptable suitor for a ward of a High Lord Executioner.
But should I tell her?
You'd better, or we're gonna be here all night.
What if it should prove that after all, I am no musician?
There, I knew it the first moment I heard you play.
What if it should prove that I am none other than the son of His Majesty the Mikado?
The son of the Mikado. Why is His Highness in disguise?
Whoa!
What has His Highness done? And does His Highness promise to not do it again?
Years ago, I made a mistake.
Oh God, okay.
The mistake of captivating Kadisha, a woman in my father's court. She misconstrued plain courtesy as an expression of affection and claimed me under my father's flirting law. He ordered that I marry her within a week or die, so that night I fled disguised as a second trumpet and joined the big band in which you found me.
Then His Highness must better not come too near. The laws against flirting are very severe.
But we're alone. No one can see us.
Still, it doesn't make it right. We must obey the law.
Damn the law. If it weren't for the law, how happy would we be?
Happy, yes.
If it weren't for the law, we should be standing side by side, like this.
Instead of being obliged to be miles apart, like this.
We should be staring in each other's eyes, like this.
Breathing sighs of unnatural love. Like this.
With our arms around each other, like this.
If it wasn't for the law,
If it wasn't for the law.
as it is, we couldn't do anything of the kind.
Not for all the tea in Japan.
Being engaged to Coco, that is.
Being engaged to Coco. Were you not to Coco plighted, I'd say in loved one, let us be united. Let us be each other's. I'd ignore all rank and station. Worldly spheres are not to us. And to mark my admiration, I would kiss you fondly thus. I would kiss you fondly thus.
But as I am engaged to Coco, to embrace you, it's a no-no. Someone sees us, it's no joke. And I touch you, I go,
Loco.
loco.
El Loco.
Loco, loco.
So in spite of all temptation, such a dream I won't discuss. And on no consideration would I kiss you fondly thus. Would I let me make it clear to you. This is what I'll never do. This is what I'll never do. This is what I'll never do.
You'll never do.
I'll never do.
You'll never do.
Oh, this
Is what he'll never, ever do. It's a death sentence if we're caught. Quickly run. Oh, run! Oh, your shoes untied.
Well, there she goes. To think that my future happiness is wrapped up in that little bundle. Really, it hardly seems worthwhile.
Coco!
Now, what is it? Can't you see that I'm soliloquizing?
I have a letter.
A letter from who?
His Majesty the Mikado.
The Mikado. What can he possibly have to say to me? It's in Japanese! Oh. Yes, we are Japanese. Yes, here it is. I thought it would come sooner or later. The Mikado is struck by the fact that no executions have taken place in Titipu for a year and decrees that unless someone is executed within a month, the job of Lord High Executioner will be abolished and the city reduced to the rank of a village!
No! But that would ruin us all!
Well, I'll just have to find someone to execute at once, that's all. But the only question is who?
It seems unkind to say so, but seeing as you're already under a punishment of death for flirting, all things seem to point to you.
To me? Well, what are you talking about? I can't execute myself.
Why not?
Well, first of all, self-decapitation is an extremely difficult, well, not to mention dangerous thing to attempt. And in the second, it's suicide. Suicide is a capital offense.
Oh, that's just a detail.
Besides, I don't see how a man could cut off his own head.
A man might try.
Even cutting off half would be something.
It would be viewed as a desire to obey the imperial will.
No. As official headsman, I cannot agree to a beheading unless it is done perfectly. I am an artist.
Oh my God. This professional conscientiousness is highly admirable, but it places us in an awkward position.
The awkwardness of your position is grace itself compared to that of a man trying to cut off his own head.
Well, unless you can find a substitute,
A substitute? Certainly nothing simpler. Pooh-bah! I name you Lord High Substitute.
I second it.
Such an appointment would realize my fondest dreams, but I'm afraid that at any expense, I must decline.
I am so proud if I allowed my family pride to be my guide. I volunteer to quit this sphere instead of you in a minute or two. But family pride must be denied and set aside and mortified and mortified. My brain it teems with endless schemes, both good and new for Titipu, but if I quit the benefit that I confuse, the town would lose. Now every man to aid his clan must plot and plan as best he can.
I heard one day a gentleman say that criminals who are caught in two can hardly feel the fatal steel, and so are slain without much pain. If this is true, it's surely for you, your courage screw to bid us adieu.
I am so proud. My brain is heaved.
I heard one day a gentleman say that criminals who are caught in two can hardly feel the fatal steel, and so are slain without much pain. If this is true, it's surely for you, your courage screw to bid us adieu.
And so, although I'm ready to go, to recollect were disrespect that I neglect to thus affect this indirect, I can't accept. And so, although I wish to go and greatly pine to brightly shine and live the line of a hero fine, and with this sign I must decline.
And go and show both friend and foe how much you dare. I'm quite aware it's your affair, yet I declare I take your share, but I don't much care.
I'm all
So I object your share, but I don't.
So I object
your share, but I don't.
So I object
your share, but I don't.
So I object
I don't
to sing song silence in a dull dark dock, in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the cessation of a short sharp shock from the cheap and chippy chopper on a big black block. To sit in solemn silence in a dull dark dock, in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the sensation of a short sharp shock from a cheap and chippy chopper on a big black block. To sit in solemn silence in a dull dark dock, in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the sensation of a short sharp shock from a cheap and chippy chopper on a big black block. A dull dark dock, a lifelong lock, a short sharp shock, a big black block. Sit in solemn silence in a pestilential prison, awaiting the sensation of a cheap and chippy chopper on a big black block. From a cheap and chippy chopper on a big black block. Just leave me alone. I'll figure something out. Beat it. This stinks. I allow myself to be saved simply to benefit Titty Poo, and I'm to be executed in a month? Is this public gratitude? Is this... What are you doing?
Oh, go on. Don't mind me.
No. What are you doing with that rope?
I'm about to terminate an unendurable existence.
Terminate your existence? What for?
Because you are going to marry the girl that I love.
No, pardon me. I cannot allow this. If you attempt suicide, I shall have to order your instant arrest.
If you attempt to raise an alarm, I instantly perform the act with this blade.
No, just pardon me, but don't you understand that by committing suicide, you are committing a crime which... Oh, a substitute.
What's the matter?
Are you sure that you are resolved to die?
Absolutely.
Nothing will change your mind?
Nothing. My mind is made up.
Well then, if you're resolved to die, and nothing will change your mind, then don't spoil yourself by committing suicide. Be beheaded gloriously at the hands of the public executioner.
Here's what we'll do. You let me marry Yum Yum tomorrow, and in a month, you can behead me.
No. See, I draw the line at Yum Yum.
Very well. If you can draw the line, so can I.
Come on. My good friend, be reasonable. How am I supposed to marry Yum Yum if you marry her first?
My good friend, she'll be a widow in a month. You can marry her then.
Yes, but my position during that month will be most unpleasant.
Not half as unpleasant as my position at the end of it.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, it's only putting off my wedding for a month. Well, all right.
Yahoo!
But you won't prejudice her against me, will you? I've educated Yum Yum to be my wife. She's supposed to think of me as a kind and good man. I'd hate to have her views changed on all that.
Trust me, she'll never learn the truth from me.
Coco, we've come to find out what you intend to do about the Mikado's letter.
Well, congratulate me. I have found a volunteer.
The Japanese equivalent of G, you're swell.
It's Nanky Poo. He has agreed to give up his life if I give up Yum Yum.
What?
Only for a month, mind you.
Is it you are ready to be married?
The itty bitty thundercloud has passed away.
And Mr. Sun has done a dawning day.
And though the dark night is falling much too soon,
We've only got a month of afternoon.
Then let the clock our joy advance with laughing songs and merry dance, with joyous shout and ringing cheer, inaugurate their brief career with joyous shout and ringing cheer, with ringing cheer.
well, the month will pass and happiness will seem a year.
No more heebie-jeebies now that you are
are here. Forget that in a month you'll have to change your tune.
At least you'll have a happy honeymoon.
Then let the growing life joy advance with laughing song and merry dance. With joyous shout and ringing cheer, inaugurate their brief career. With joyous shout and ringing cheer. With ringing cheer.
A toast to Nike Boo. As in 1 month you have to die, if Coco tells us true, 'twere empty compliment to cry, long life to Nanky Poo. But as 1 month you have to live as fellow citizen, this toast with 3 times 3 will give long life to you. Long life to you. And long life to you. Long life to you. Till
May all good fortune prosper you. May you have health and riches too. May you succeed. May you succeed in all you do. In all you do.
Come back here, old fool. Come back to joy. Who's that?
That's Katisha, the woman I was telling you about.
No, you shall not go. These arms shall thus enfold you.
Oh, fool that fleest our holy faith. Oh, blind won't seest that I'm your mate. Oh, rash the judges will have to hold. Oh, babes that grudges, love's lightest
No.
thy to see, baby. Lots of good things.
We do not need your dismal sound, for joy reigns everywhere around. We do not need your dismal sound, for joy reigns everywhere around. We do not need your dismal sound, for joy reigns everywhere around.
The hour of gladness, it's dead and it's gone. In silent sadness, I live alone. And the hope that I cherish, all life is lies, and all has perished. All has perished. Save love which never dies. No, which never, no, no, never, never dies. Yeah, won't you help me, please? Can't you see I'm down on my knees? And the hope that I cherish, yeah, all life is lies, yeah, and all has perished, all has perished, perished, perished. Save love which never dies, which never, never dies. Oh, faithless one, this insult you shall rue. In vain for mercy, on your knees you'll sue. I'll tear the mask from your disguising. Do you know who this man is?
Here it comes now.
Prepare yourself for new surprising.
What are we gonna do?
He ain't no musician, whatever jive he's been feeding you.
I have an idea.
What?
He is the only son of Doobie-Doobie-Doobie.
Shooby-dooby-dooby,
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
doo-doo-doo-doo-doo,
Sweet-a-diddle-dee-dee.
sweet-a-diddle-dee-dee,
Beep-a-da-ba-ba-ba.
beep-a-da-ba-da-ba,
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
doo-doo-doo-doo-doo,
Wicky-wacky-wookie.
wicky-wacky-wookie. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
You think you're hot, but you will see you have not got the best of me. You pissed me off, and now you're paid for what you think's her wedding day. We'll hear no more, you grassy dame. We don't believe the things you claim. The echoes of our festival now from triumphant on the road. Prepare for woe, ye hardy maid. At once I'll go to the Mikado, I'll get my way. Away you go. How dare you scream and shout your purposeless love? So won't you pack your things and we do not need your dismal self. Joy reigns everywhere around. You do not need your dismal self.
Joy reigns everywhere around.
We do not need your dismal sound, for joy reigns everywhere around. We do not need your dismal sound, for joy reigns everywhere
complete.
What do you mean?
Well, can't be denied that your husband is to be beheaded in a month. That, in a way, is a drawback.
It does seem to take the top off of it, you know.
Well, I don't know.
Anyway, he'll find it a drawback.
Not necessarily. It all depends, right?
Well, I think it's mean of you to say that if my marriage happiness is to be
Cut short.
cut short in a month. Can you just let me forget it?
Oh, yum yum in tears. It's your wedding day, honey.
They've been reminding me that in a month you are to be beheaded.
Yes, we've been reminding her you're to be beheaded.
It is quite true, you know.
A month. Beheaded. You.
Now, some bridegrooms may be depressed by something like this. A month? What's a month? Time is purely arbitrary. Who says 24 hours makes a day?
There is a popular impression to that effect.
We'll call each second a minute, each minute an hour, each hour a day, and each day a year. At that rate, we have 30 years of married happiness ahead of us.
Yeah. And at that rate, this little chat has already lasted 4.5 hours. Come on, girls. Let's get out of here before we get too old.
Well, time flies when you're having fun.
That's the way to look at it. Let's not be sad. There's a silver lining to every cloud.
Let's be perfectly happy, yes?
Let's thoroughly enjoy ourselves.
It's silly to cry.
Ridiculous.
Brightly dawns our wedding day.
Joyous hour we give you greeting, where oh where could you be fleeting? Fickle moment, prithee stay, fickle moment, prithee stay.
Ne'er a victory was so hollow.
Pleasures come and sorrows follow.
Evening bells will chime ere long.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Yet until the shadows fall over one and over all.
Swing a merry madrigal.
Swing a merry madrigal, swing a merry madrigal. La 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 la
Hey, Baba, read one, swing it, bow.
shabba babba da bee shabba da bee babba da shabba da bob.
Read it, be do a wee do a. Ba 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 da ba da.
Ba ba da ba da da.
Ba ba da ba da da.
So go back to the Renaissance. Go and take your chances. Swing a merry madrigal.
Swing a merry madrigal, swing a merry madrigal. La 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 la
No, go on. Don't mind me.
I'm afraid we're upsetting you.
Well, you know, I've got to get used to it, bit by bit. Just start by putting your arm around her waist. Yes, just let me get used to that first.
Wouldn't you like to leave? It must be torture for you.
No, I must learn to take it like a man. Just put your head on her shoulder.
Like this?
Yes. Now, kiss her. No! Thank you, extortioner.
Oh, come on, buck up. It's only for a month.
No, it's no use deluding ourselves with false hopes.
What do you mean?
My dear, my poor dear, how can I break this to you? My bride that was to have been.
It was to have been.
Yes, you can never be mine.
What?
Glad? Well, I've just found out that by the Mikado's law, when a married man is beheaded, his wife is buried alive.
Buried alive?
Buried alive! It is a really unpleasant death.
But whom did you hear that from?
From Poobah. He's my lawyer.
Oh, but he must be mistaken.
Well, so I thought. So I also consulted the Attorney General and the Lord Chief Justice. They're both of the same opinion. I've never heard such agreement on a point of law in all my life.
Wait, this law has never been enforced.
Well, not yet. You see, the only crime punishable by beheading is flirting. Married men never flirt.
Of course they don't. Well, I suppose my dream of married happiness is over.
Sweet darling, you know that I love you with all of my heart. I don't think I'll ever love anyone half as much as I love you. But when I agreed to marry you, I did not know that I was supposed to be buried alive in a month.
Neither did I. That's the first I've heard of it.
You see, buried alive is such a stuffy death.
An awful death.
You see my difficulty, don't you?
Yes, I see. If I insist on you carrying out your promise, I doom you to a hideous death. But if I release you, you marry Coco at once.
Here's how you do, if I marry you, when your time has come to perish, then the woman that you cherish must be slaughtered too. Here's how you do, here's how you do.
Here's a pretty mess, so yes, in a month or less, so yes, I must die without a wedding. Let the bitter tears I'm shedding witness my distress. So here's a pretty mess, so yes, here's a pretty mess.
Here's a state of things, to her life she clings. Matrimonial devotion doesn't seem to suit her notion. Burial it brings. Here's a state of things. Here's a state of things. With a passion that's intense, I worship and adore. But the laws of common sense we oughtn't to ignore. If what he says is true, 'tis death to marry you. Here's a pretty state of things. Here's a pretty howdy do. Here's a pretty state of things. A pretty mess of howdy do.
Here's a howdy do.
Here's a howdy. Here's a howdy do.
For if
what I say is true, I cannot marry you. Here's a pretty state of things. Here's a pretty, pretty mess. Here's a howdy do. My poor boy, I'm really very sorry for you.
Thanks, I'm sure you are.
Well, I can't think of anything more distressing than to have one's marriage broken off at the last moment, but you won't be disappointed of a wedding. You can come to mine.
That's awfully kind of you, but that's impossible.
Well, why's that?
Today, I die.
Oh, what do you mean?
I can't live without Yum Yum. Tonight I perform the happy end.
No, hang it all, you're under contract to die by the hands of the public executioner in a month's time. I shall have to be executed in your place.
The Mikado is approaching the city and will be here in 10 minutes.
Mikado. No doubt he's come to see whether or not his orders have been carried out. Now look here, this is really getting serious. You mustn't frustrate the end of justice by committing suicide. As a man of honor and a gentleman, you are bound to die by my hand.
Very well then, behead me.
What now?
Certainly at once.
Chop it up! Chop it up!
I don't go around prepared to execute people at a moment's notice. I've never even killed a fly.
Still, as Lord High Executioner...
As Lord High Executioner, I've a month to behead him. I mean to take lessons. I'm going to start with a guinea pig and work my way through the animal kingdom until I come to a second trumpet.
No!
I'm sorry. You don't think I'd have accepted if I didn't think the duties were purely nominal? I can't kill you. I can't kill anything.
Come on now. We all have unpleasant duties at times. After all, if I don't mind, why should you? It must be done.
Must it? Well, I'm not so sure about that.
What do you mean?
Well, why should I kill you when an affidavit swearing that you've been beheaded will do just as well? Here we have the Secretary of State, the Attorney General, the Lord High Admiral, and the Chief Commissioner of Police.
Where are they?
Right there! And they'll all swear to it, won't you?
Am I to understand you want all of us high officers of state to lie like dogs?
We're talking cold hard cash, Pooh-Bah!
Just call me Fido.
But I tell you that life without Yum Yum is out of the question.
Oh, Yum Yum, Yum Yum, I've heard enough about Yum Yum. Go, find Yum Yum, marry Yum Yum, just go away and never come back! Here she comes now, Yum Yum. Are you particularly busy? You have 5 minutes to spare, yes? Then go with His Highness the Lord Archbishop of Titty Poo. He'll marry you at once.
But if I'm to be buried alive...
Just go, Nanky Poo will explain it all later.
But one moment.
The Mikado. No doubt he's come to see whether or not I've obeyed his decree. If he finds you alive, I shall have the greatest trouble convincing him I beheaded you. Go! Go! Here he comes!
I'm here! Oh, chill out. A more humane Mikado never did in Japan exist. To nobody's second, I'm certainly reckoned a true philanthropist. It is my most humane endeavor to make to some extent each evil liver a running river of harmless merriment. 1, 2, 3, 4. My object all sublime, I will achieve in time to make the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner then unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, The slogan man house like a chimney and don't care where ashes are tossed. I'll tidy offenders, the Oldsmobile fenders, and make them inhale the exhaust. Colossal bores who read whodunits and laugh at the butler's the crook. I'll give them a mystery by Agatha Christie with no final page to the book. The musical snob who claims that Beethoven is the cat who's king of the hop. I'll tie him down to an elementary sound and make him shit up a jive till it drops. The gloomy gusses who see nothing but trouble and mutter and moan all day. I'll banish the boring beneath my glory and tap my troubles away. The state senator who asks all the questions and is absent for every reply. I'll nail his keister in session at Easter and not let him out till July. And all you critics who pen and pan me have a weapon to sure make you squirm. Louis Armstrong's gotta be the vice Mikado before I'll accept the third term. Da-da, da-da, da-da-da-da. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Your results should see me now. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
So light I will achieve in time to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner and unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment,
Yeah.
to let the punishment fit the crime. punishment fit the crime.
Take it down now.
Let the punishment fit the crime. The punishment fit the crime.
Take it home now.
The punishment fit the crime. Punishment fit the crime.
Your Majesty, it is my pleasure to welcome you. I have guessed the reason for your Majesty's visit. The execution has taken place.
Oh, you've had an execution, have you?
Yes. The coroner just handed me the death certificate.
I am the coroner.
And this is the certificate of his death. It's in Japanese. Oh, well, we are Japanese. In Tigbu, in the presence of the Lord Chancellor, Lord Chief Justice, Attorney General, Secretary of State.
All were present. I counted them myself.
Very good house. I wish I'd been in time for the performance.
And yes, what a show it was, too. The man was of gigantic strength. His struggles were something...
Fierce.
Yes, fierce. He struggled and he squirmed, but I bared my big right arm and drew my snickersnee.
All this is very interesting, but we came about a totally different matter.
What matter is that?
A year ago, my son, the heir to the throne of Japan, ran away from our imperial court.
Well, no kidding. Was he dissatisfied with his position?
Not at all. Oh. On the contrary, I was going to marry him, yet he fled.
I am surprised he should have fled from one so lovely.
That's not true. You think I am not beautiful because my face is plain? Well, beauty is not only in the face to be found. It is true, my face is plain.
That's a fact.
But I have a left shoulder blade that is a miracle of loveliness. People come from miles around just to see it. My right elbow holds fascination that few can resist. And as for my circulation, it is the largest in the world.
And yet he fled.
He is now masquerading in this town, disguised as a second trumpet.
Second trumpet?
Yes, he goes by the name of
Nanky Poo.
Yankee Boo!
Nanky Poo. Can you tell me where he is?
Yes, it's quite simple. In fact, it is rather difficult. Abroad. Oh, yes, he's gone abroad, yes.
Gone abroad? His address?
His address is, Titty Poo. Yes, no, we're in Titty Poo. It's either Little Rock or Sagatuck, but I'm not sure which. No, that's not right. It's a Cleveland, that's right, he's in Cleveland, yes.
What's the matter?
Look here, his name, Nanky Poo, beheaded this morning. Where shall I find another?
Dear. This is a problem. My poor fellow, in your haste to carry out my wishes, you have executed the heir to the throne of Japan. Come on now.
I had no idea.
Of course you had. How could you? It's not your fault. If a man of exalted rank chooses to disguise himself as a second trumpet, he must take the consequences. I no doubt he thoroughly deserved all he got.
It's not exactly like we can tell exactly who the gentleman was.
It wasn't written on his forehead.
That's very good. Now, to look into the punishment for the execution.
Punishment?
Yes, I think it's something lingering with boiling oil.
Oh, yes, it is. Boiling oil.
I think boiling oil is involved, but I'm not sure. I know it's something humorous, but lingering. With either boiling oil or melted oil. But come now, don't fret. I'm not the least bit angry.
Your Majesty, please accept our assurances. We had no idea who the gentleman really was.
Of course not.
I knew nothing about it.
I wasn't even there.
That's the pathetic part of it. The fool of a law says causing the death of the heir apparent. There's not a word about a mistake. Or not knowing.
No!
Or having no idea.
No.
Or not being there. There should be, of course.
Yes!
But there isn't. That's the way these laws are written. But cheer up. I'll have it fixed. Next session. Now, to see about your execution.
Your Majesty, I believe lunch is being served.
Would after lunch suit you?
Yes, I believe after lunch will work just fine.
Then we'll make it after lunch.
I don't want any lunch.
My poor fellow, I'm really very sorry for you, but it's an unjust world, and virtue is triumphant only in musical comedies.
You have 7 courses to figure this out. Otherwise, sing! Coming, your hooperness.
Well, this is a fine mess you've gotten us into, but there's no time to think about that now. There's only one solution to this. Nanky Poo must come back to life. Ah, here he is now. Nanky Poo, I've wonderful news. You are reprieved.
It's too late. I'm a dead man and I'm off for my honeymoon.
No, something terrible has happened. It seems that you're the son of the Mikado.
Yes, but that happened some time ago.
Oh, your father is here, and with Katasha.
My father? With Katasha?
Yes, and she wants you.
You can say that again.
But he's already married.
What does that have to do with anything?
Katasha claims me in marriage, but I can't marry her because I'm already married. Therefore, she'll insist that I'm executed. And if I'm executed, my wife will have to be buried alive.
You see our difficulty, right?
Yes, I don't know what's to be done.
There is one chance.
What?
If you could convince Katasha to marry you, she would have no further claim to me, and I could come to life without any fear of being put to death.
Me? Marry Katasha?
I really think it's the only way.
But have you seen her?
Oh, that's just her face. She has a left shoulder blade that's perfect.
And I am told her right heel is much admired by connoisseurs.
My good man, I cannot pin my heart upon any lady's right heel.
The bottom line is that while Katasha is single, I prefer to be a disembodied spirit. When she's married, I will become miraculously back to life.
Here she comes.
Let's get out of here.
Alone and yet alive, my soul is still my body's prisoner. Remote the peace that death alone can give, my doom to wait, my punishment to live, to live. Oh, living I, come tell me why, when hope is gone, do you stay on? Why linger here when all is dream? Oh, living I, come tell me why, when hope is gone, do you stay on? May not a cheated woman die. May not a cheated woman die. Hearts do not break They sting and ache for old love's sake, but do not die. Though with each breath they long for death, as witnesseth the living eye, the living eye. Oh, living eye. Come, tell me why, when hope is gone, do you stay on? Why linger here when all is drear? Oh, living eye, you better come and tell me why, when hope is gone, do you stay on? Why linger here when you can fly? May not a cheated woman
Kadisha!
You, who robbed me of my love, I ought
Kadisha, mercy!
mercy? Did you show any mercy for him? Now see here, you have killed my love. All right, well, actually, he didn't really love me, but he would have loved me in time. I am an acquired taste. Only the educated palate can truly appreciate me, and I was educating his palate just fine until he left. It takes years to train a man to love me, and now you expect me to go through the whole weary round again and at the same time beg mercy for you? You who robbed me of my prey? I mean, my pupil? Where shall I find another?
Here. Here.
Say what?
Kadisha, for years, I have loved you with a white-hot passion that consumes my very vitals.
Huh?
Don't shrink from me, but take pity on this love-lorn fool who thrills at your tiniest touch. Poor mask of disgust. I have tried to hide a fire that is broiling the soul within me, but this blaze will not be smothered. Kadisha, I dare not ask for your love, but I cannot live without it. My darling!
You, whose hands still reek of blood, you dare talk passion to me, the woman you have done so wrong.
I do. Accept my love, or I die on the spot.
Well, go ahead, Turkey. Nobody knows better than I do. Nobody ever died of a broken heart.
Well, that's not true. On a tree by a river, a little tomtit sang willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And I said to him, Diggy bird, why do you sit singing willow, tit, willow, tit, willow? Is it weakness of intellect, birdie, I cried, or a rather tough worm in your little inside? With a shake of his poor little head, he replied, oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. He slapped at his chest as he sat on that bough, singing willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And a cold perspiration bespeckled his brow, singing willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And he sobbed and he sighed and a gurgle he gave. Then he plunged himself into the billowy wave. And an echo arose from the suicide its grave. Oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. Now I'm sure, just as sure as I'm sure that my name isn't Willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. That was blighted affection that made him exclaim, oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And if you remain callous and obdurate, I shall perish as he did, and you will know why. Though I probably shall not exclaim as I die, oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow.
Did he really die of love?
He really did.
All account of a cruel little hen?
Yes.
Poor little fella.
It's a sad tale, and quite true. I knew the bird well.
Did you? He must have been very fond of her.
His affection was something terrible.
And if I refuse you, you'll go and do the same.
At once!
No, you mustn't anything but that. I'm a silly little goose.
You are.
And you won't hate me just because I'm a teeny weeny wee bit bloodthirsty, will you?
Hate you? Oh, Cadshaw, is there not beauty even in bloodthirstiness?
My idea exactly. There is beauty in the bellow of the blast. There is grandeur in the growling of the gale. There is eloquent outpouring when the lion is a-roaring and the tiger is a-lashing of his tail.
Yes, I'd like to see a tiger on the Congo or the Niger, and especially when lashing up his tail.
Volcanoes have a splendor that is grim, and earthquakes only terrify the dogs. But to him who's scientific, there is nothing that's terrific in a falling in a flight of thunder.
Yes, in spite of all my meekness, if I have a little weakness, it's a passion for a flight of thunderbolts. If that is so, sing very, get that very, it's evidently very, I taste so good. Away we'll go and merrily get merry, no tardily to tarry till day is done. There is beauty in extreme old age. Do you fancy you are elderly enough? Information I'm requesting on a subject interesting. Is a maiden all the better when she's tough?
Throughout this wide dominion, it is general opinion that she'll last a good deal longer when she's tough.
Are you old enough to marry, do you think? Won't you wait until you're 80 in the shade? There's a fascination frantic in a ruin that's romantic. Do you think you are sufficiently decayed?
To the matter that you mention, I have given some attention.
And
I think I am sufficiently decayed.
if that is so, sing merry, did that merry, it's evidently very, our tastes are one. Away we'll go and merrily and merry, no tardily to tarry till day is done. If that is so, sing merry, did that merry, it's evidently very, our tastes are one. Away we'll go and merrily and merry, no tardily to tarry till day is done. Sing merry, did that merry. Merrily get married.
Merrily get married.
No tardily to tarry.
No tardily to tarry.
Till day is done.
fine lunch. That deep fried sushi is where it's at. Now, have all the painful preparations been made?
Your Majesty, all is prepared.
Then bring forth the unfortunate gentleman and his two well-meaning but misguided accomplices.
Right now? Right now. Okay. They were just right here. They were just right here, Your Majesty. Mercy, please, mercy.
Mercy, mercy, mercy for Coco, mercy even for Pooh-Bah, and for pity's sake.
I'm sorry, I don't think I quite caught that.
That was mercy even for Pooh-Bah.
And pity's sake? You see, I am just cuckoo for Coco. I have just married this miserable, unworthy creature.
Oh, that certainly didn't take much time.
We were married before the registrar.
I am the registrar.
I see. But as you have slain the heir apparent.
The heir apparent is not slain.
Oh, bless my heart, my son!
Hiya, Pop.
And your new daughter-in-law.
You have deceived me again! Chop it off! Chop it off!
Yes, you deserve a little explanation, but I'm sure he will give it better whole than in pieces.
Your Majesty, it is true that I stated that I had killed Nanky Poo.
Yes, with most affecting particulars.
Yes, well, it's like this. If you say, let a thing be done, that thing practically is done because Your Majesty's word is law. If Your Majesty says, kill a gentleman, well, that gentleman is as good as dead. And if he is dead, then why not say so?
I see. Nothing could be more satisfactory.